guys, this week we are finishing up last week's video where we baked Gregg's birthday cake, and this time we are going to go over the icing and how I decorated the cake to give you the finished product. If you haven't watched last week's video, you can go ahead and do that, or you can just skip that part and go straight to this one. Last week I went over how to turn a box cake into a cake that tastes like it came from a bakery. I did every way that you can imagine. Okay, let's go make some icing. Okay, I'm back. It is now Saturday and I am going to start making the frosting, and we're gonna do a chocolate cream cheese frosting. I haven't made it myself before, but that bakery that I worked at had a chocolate cream cheese frosting and it was really good. So we are going to attempt to make it. It's not the same recipe, it's just one I found online, so hopefully it turns out good. I assume it will because all the ingredients for the frosting sound amazing. Let's just go ahead and get started. So the first step, it says to melt the chocolate. So you needed unsweetened chocolate, which is this. I've got the Baker's brand. It says we need 3 ounces, and this is a 4-ounce bar. I broke it up into 1-ounce portions, so we will just use 3 of those. And then it says to melt it in a double boiler. I don't have a double boiler. All I have is a little pot of water and a metal bowl. So we will do that. All you have to do is make sure that the metal bowl isn't physically touching the water, and it's just like the steam from the water warming up the bowl. Once it starts to melt, we will stir it. Already melting. Once it starts to melt a little bit more, we'll stir it up a bit. The next step is, in a mixing bowl of your electric mixer, which I have here, is to mix together 8 ounces of cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of softened butter. Make sure the cream cheese is softened as well, just like a little warm, room temperature. I'm just gonna try to get all of the cream cheese off of this foil using a rubber scraper. All right, that's pretty good. And then we need the 1/4 cup of butter. And then we'll just lower this and just turn on the mixer, and then I'm gonna tend to my chocolate so it doesn't burn. All right. Okay, so that chocolate is melted. This is all mixed, but I'm just gonna give the bowl a little scrape just to make sure that it's all together. All right, so the next step is literally add everything else in the recipe. So we will do that. So it has the 3 ounces of chocolate. It's still a little warm, so I think I'm gonna do that the very last, just to let it cool down a little bit on the counter here. I will do the dash of salt. That seems like a dash. 3 cups of confectioner's sugar. I do have it here measured out already. And then a 1/3 cup of half and half. Which I have here, I haven't measured it though. Okay. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'll just do those together since they're both liquid. I never measure my vanilla. I feel like there's not enough sugar in there because of the just because of the texture of it. It's a little thin. It's a little thin. I don't feel like it's overly sweet either, so I might add a little bit more sugar. Maybe I only did 2 cups of sugar. I don't know what I did wrong. But we're gonna add some more. All right, so I'm gonna start with about 1/2 cup of sugar. And then if it still seems thin, then we'll add another half a cup. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do another half a cup because it still looks thin, but I think I'm gonna stop there and just go with whatever I have. All right, so this is how the frosting looks. See, it's a little soft, so I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna be putting it on the cake. It's not like, I don't know, I'm not gonna build a castle with it, so. Okay, I think I've got the icing ready to go. Now it's time to decorate the cake. I have them right here, and they are still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. I'm not eating the cake right now, I'm just decorating it, and then we're gonna eat it tomorrow. So right now, I just have to take it out of these pans. So that came off pretty easy, but there is some cake around the inside of it. Not that bad though, because there was a little seam around the bottom. And then there was a piece of parchment paper underneath the round as well. Ooh, cake is like angel food cake. It's so fluffy. Oh, I'm so excited. So it's been a long time since I've seen somebody do this. So I bought this little decorating kit on Amazon, and it's just like a bunch of cheap stuff, but we'll see how it works. So we need to put a little bit of buttercream on the bottom of our little tray that we're using. I did get a little Lazy Susan one, just that spins so that way it's easier to decorate. So you put a little bit there just to hold the cake in place. And I'm actually gonna flip it upside down. The top of the cake's pretty flat, so I think we're good there. Just wanna get it a little centered. And then we can peel off the paper. The only problem I'm seeing is that the sides aren't straight. I wanted to use a straight edge pan so that they would be straight, and it didn't even work. So I don't know what went wrong there. We could trim it, but I think I'll do that after I get the layers stuck together. So now I'm gonna put a layer of this frosting in the middle here. And then I'm going to take the other cake out of the pan and set that right on top. So this one pretty much looks the same with the not super straight edges. As you can see, the little slipped. Smells so good though. All right, I'm gonna put this one upside down as well just to make it easy on me. Hopefully they are even, and they are absolutely not. Let me see. I don't think I can lift it back up. We're just gonna leave it, it's fine. Peel that off. We need to frost the outside of the cake, which includes the top and the sides. I think I'm gonna start with the sides and then work that into the top. I'm kind of nervous, so if this goes incredibly wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, I just remembered, we're supposed to do like the crumb coat, which is just a really thin layer around the sides and the top, just to like seal in any cake crumbs. And then we pop it in the freezer, and then you come back and ice the rest of it. So we'll do that, we'll just do the thin layer right now. We've got the crumb coat on. Does it look beautiful? A little topsy-turvy, but it's cool. It's homemade. So I think we're supposed to put it in the freezer. I'm not 100% sure. It may sound like I know what I'm doing, but I'm literally winging it. I'm just gonna clean up some of the icing that's on the tray so it doesn't freeze to it. And then we'll put this in the freezer, probably come back to it in an hour to finish up the icing, and then I have some like sprinkles and stuff that I was gonna put on top. Okay, the cake has been in the freezer for a couple hours, so it is firm. I did put the icing in the fridge a little bit too. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Just still, it seems fine. All right, so we're just gonna spread this on there to kind of make it a better shape. So I have this red icing that I got from the store that I'm gonna use to write on the cake. And I kind of want to do some like flower decorations, but I haven't practiced those in a while. So we're gonna try those out. I think I'm just gonna make them with the chocolate icing. Okay, I'm nervous. So at the bakery that I worked at, there was these little like, almost like a toothpick thing with a little flat coin on top. It wasn't a coin, but it was like a flat piece on top that you could build a flower on, or you could just do it on the end of a skewer. And I think I have skewers somewhere. Okay, so I have a skewer. I don't remember if the pointy side is supposed to be up or the other side. And this icing is probably too warm. Oh yeah, this is not good icing for flowers. Oh my gosh, yeah, no. It's not gonna work, not gonna happen. This thing came with like a bunch of tips. So maybe I could do like the little ruffles around the edge or something. I think I'm gonna try. Okay, so I don't really know where I could practice. Probably just right on the cake. And I think I have to go in like a little circle. That's cute. So we'll just do those all the way around. Okay, so now that I did that, I think I have to do them around the bottom too. Or I could do the little things. No, let's do swirls. All right, that one's ugly. This icing is way too soft for this, but we're making it work. So that's something. Now, I think I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for a little bit just to firm that part up a little bit. And then I will do the writing and add some sprinkles. That sounds like a plan. All right, I know the cake looks a little bit different now. We did end up eating it on Sunday night, his actual birthday. So what I actually think of it, the cake itself is amazing, and I think that all of those tricks to make the box cake taste like a bakery cake, they all combined and worked amazingly together. I never would have thought to put sour cream in a cake, and it worked. As for the icing, I hate it. I've made better icing before, and it's just really disappointed me. I think that where I went wrong was adding that half and half. The recipe obviously called for it, so I just put it in thinking that it would work because somebody had done it before. But I think it made it way too thin, and then I had to overcompensate with the powdered sugar, and it just threw off the flavors really bad. So if you're going to make this, do not put the half and half in until you are done with everything else and you decide that you need some extra liquid, because I feel like it made it way too runny. You couldn't do anything with it. You definitely couldn't do any of the little piping if I didn't add that extra powdered sugar. So there's that. I will put in a picture of the actual finished cake so you can see what it looked like when it was a whole cake. Sorry I didn't film me doing the writing and stuff. I was just like ready to be done making this cake. So, but I just wrote happy birthday Greg, and then I put little pearls almost. They're like little black BBs they look like, but they're just like sprinkles. I put a couple of them around the sides, and then I did a little bit of the sugar type sprinkles in red around the edges there too. And then same thing around the bottom, just to add a little bit of pizzazz. And that is pretty much it. Super easy to do at home if you have that little spinner wheel and the spatula and the little piping bags. It takes a little bit of practice to get the writing and that down. And if you have wax paper at home or parchment paper, you can practice on that on your counter. And then once you feel confident with your handwriting skills, it's a piece of cake to do it on a cake. No pun intended. And that is it. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Next week, I'll probably end up doing like a savory breakfast, I'm thinking. Let me know if that sounds good, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.